YouTube showdown, and
Oh,
we're gonna go live again. 'Cause I don't think they can hear you, man. Still, and say, "Cool, we got that large internet connection. Yeah, the internet's peak right where I'm at right now. Still, yeah, man's locking off this show here. Everyone who's watching, jump onto the new one. Let me see if I can get the link. YouTube page. Uh, yeah, click the link in the chat room to go to the new one. Still, I'm gonna lock this one off.
cool, bro. See you in a bit.
You man stay there though. You man stay there. I'm talking about the viewers still. All the viewers, click the link.
Oh, okay.
Go to the new one. This one's getting locked off still.
Hey.
Oh shit! Did I put the right link in? My thing. I didn't even put the right link in still. Hey, I'm a novice on this thing right here. You know. I know the link's live still, but I put a link to one of the old videos.
What you done to me earlier, man? Calm, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, show you was Reggie.
Yeah, we here now still. There's 9 people in this new one.
Will
I
it
work.
appear on
Hey,
your
can
general channel?
yeah. I says we are. Yeah, we can hear. What are you saying? You can hear everybody now. Everyone in the chat room. We can hear everyone now. Yeah. You man talk up and say something. Let them know.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
mine.
voice.
You can hear me?
What are you saying, viewers, audience? Can you hear everybody? Yeah. Said yes. Your mic volume is low, Leon. Let me turn up my mic 1 sec.
I think your voice is good.
You can hear me all right?
It's very good.
Yeah, I'm good. I can hear you well.
I'm gonna see if I can do it for the viewers. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. We're good now. Cool. So let me try to do a little quick summary of where we at right now. Still, so it one. There was a misunderstanding. It ain't accusations of racism per se. It's more scattered minds. You were saying Ahmed Ali's on this anti-Dawa thing by his actions.
Anti-Dawa and racist.
Anti-Dawa and
stupid.
his behavior and conduct. His behavior and his conduct is definitely certainly.
Is this really a good behavior?
Displaying racism.
Ahmed Ali, let him explain. Let him explain first, and I'm gonna bring you in and make you say your thing after.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, so what's your charge? What's your charges against Ahmed Ali right now?
Yeah, my charges were basically that on that day, especially during that debate on Sunday, he was definitely displaying racialized attitudes, I think, or definitely it seemed to have tones of superiority to it. He seemed to think he can dictate and control the conversation. And I think definitely he was displaying the anti-Dawa and a lot of racial attitudes that a lot of people have been talking about and complaining about at the park recently. And I think in doing that, he's not actually bringing people towards Islam, but actually turning a lot of people away.
All right. Ahmed Ali.
Are you going to moderate it, Leon, or we can talk to one another directly?
Just at the beginning, I just want to use those opening statements, and then I'll let you do your thing in it. So yeah, what's your grievances now? Like, what is it that you wanted to do this show for? Hello.
Is it more me? You're asking me?
Yeah. Ahmed Ali, yeah, I'm asking you.
From what we spoke previously, just in the previous session, he said he's not gang. He confirmed it now. Did you hear him? He is not gang.
Yeah.
Okay, and he put his position in defense. I was speaking about gang. Okay, and later on he came and commented, "I am racist. I'm veil, stupid." So I don't know what Scatterman is on exactly. I'm coming to speak. We spoke about the discussion that was about Saudi Arabia, and okay, it is your opinion, and I agreed to some aspect about what has been going on. But I said definitely not everyone in Saudi Arabia is racist, think he's superior to others. Okay, And I wanted to give a real example to support my understanding, to say like, in the gang it is standing for black people and betterment, but also there are people in the gang who are doing things that is harmful for the poor black man. This is what I exactly said. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm not accusing everyone in the gang to be bad, but I'm saying there are people there who are doing bad things. Okay. There is a Raven. I wanted to speak to Raven. I like to hear Raven talking. He's very balanced and well mannered person, and I'm supporting him. But there are people who will stop you, if you are not white, from supporting someone like Raven in his cause. They will come and bully you, and harass you, intimidate you. And there are long history about what has been done. You know, there are brothers who have been beaten by some people from, or attacked physically,
Cool. Ahmed Ali,
and
what
the
I'm
list
saying.
is long. So
Ahmed Ali,
yeah, but let
Ahmed
me
Ali,
conclude.
yeah.
Let me conclude.
All I'm saying is I don't mind you saying what you want to say, but if you're gonna be speaking against specific people, 'cause I thought you had a particular issue with Scattered Minds. That's how come I made this show what happened
Okay,
still. But
okay.
if you want to be talking against like the organization gang, then obviously, like I said, Scattered
Yeah,
Minds ain't a representative of
yeah. I
that
think
organization,
I
so
was hoping
it don't make
Scattermind,
sense.
he
Yeah.
wanted to speak. I was talking about gang. I stopped speaking to Shakara when he said he is not. So I stopped talking to Shakara. You can see this in the video. But Scattered Mind, seeing me looking for someone from gang to speak to, and I said, let him speak to Raven, he put himself in the confrontation with me. I do not know why he have done this. This is something he need to answer and explain why he has done it. Later on, he came in the comment section and said, I am racist, I'm anti-Dawa, and I don't know, loaded accusations. It's first time I speak to him, and we could have ended the matter in a more respectful way, but he went to speak about me like this. So I think this guy, you are not going to do the black people anything good if this is how you behave to those who differ with you. Okay, so you really need to explain yourself now, and I will hear you.
Okay, fair enough. So I think this is where my charge comes from in a lot of what actually Ahmed Ali said. And as I said in the last live, sorry, if people missed it.
Sorry, before you go on, Scott, before you go on, I'm just gonna
Oh.
say, I'm gonna let you man go back and forth and do your thing. Ain't gonna jump in too much. And it's like I said, I feel like you man are becoming childish or you're speaking over each other, you're being unfair. Other than that, I'm gonna let you man do your thing still.
Cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, best big up, Leon. Yeah, we don't, hopefully we won't get too childish. Yeah, so as I said, I believe Ahmed, that you're condemning yourself with your own words in many of the ways, because this is the attitude that I spoke about, is that there was a conversation going on, a live conversation talking about Muslim issues within Saudi Arabia to do with Somalians and Arabians and so on. And that conversation was actually still going on when you came over. And actually, in many ways, you decided that because you wanted to speak to someone about gang, you had the august authority to overpower everybody who was there and decide which
Are
way.
you reading my intentions? Do you know? Do you read my mind?
The thing is, Ahmed, when you were speaking, I had the patience to not interrupt. So please mute your mic and just let me continue.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So as I was saying, you came over as though you could dictate the conversation, and as we saw from the video, the conversation definitely stopped at that point. We no longer continued or proceeded with our conversation down the alley in that direction, and we went to a different direction. And actually, the direction was really caused by the appearance of Jedi. And when and at that point, you decided you didn't want to speak to Titans, and even now you're still trying to say it. You believed that because you want to speak to someone from gang, that Shakaral trying to speak was not appropriate at the time, as though you could dictate the terms of the conversation. And even now you're doing it again. You're saying, because I'm not from gang, I have no right to speak, as though you could dictate the terms of the conversation. And this is the racialized attitude that I'm saying, because you come into a circle of a group of young black men, you dictated and decided that all of them are black, and then you decided that you were going to control the conversation and you were going to deem who was fit to speak. and you, like as you've said several times, Raven is someone you could get along with. Raven is someone you could speak to. Well, the fact is, Raven actually pointed to me and asked me to ask a question, asked me to speak, and that's what you're overlooking here. So when we have this conversation, I'd ask you to have patience. I'd ask you to actually look at your own attitude and your own behavior, and not actually think, you know, that just because I'm, I don't know, like, don't think that you have some august ability to dictate the conversation. And actually look at what I was saying in the comments. I didn't call you racist. I said you are making the Muslim community look this way with your behavior and with your attitude. I don't know you personally. I can't dictate or decide who you are or what kind of person you are in your personal life. You might love black people. I have no comment on that. But I'm saying your attitude and the way you acted displayed anti-dawah behavior, and it would actually push many people, especially black people, away from Islam rather than call them to it. And I'd say if you did want to have a conversation with black people about black issues and who was fit and who was not fit to lead the black movement, then I would think there's a better way that you could come towards that conversation. And I'm finished now, by the way. So.
Okay, sir, thank you very much. Me and Leon said we're not going to speak about people who are not here. And I'm not dictating who to speak about. It is Leon instructions not to speak about gang during this discussion anymore. I'm not dictating who to speak to. I was thinking before we speak that you are from the gang, but you said you're not, and Leon said let's not talk about someone who is not here. So I'm not dictating.
Ahmed Ali, let me just clarify on that point. Like, I don't mind you mentioning other people, but the way it was is the manner in which you was mentioning them. It seems like you was making charges against them. So
well, I am making charges against them. Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
it could be anybody. But if that's what you want to do, I'll prefer for a representative of them to be there to defend themselves against those charges or clarify. I don't want to just put out the energy there. That is.
Okay.
I don't mind you mentioning people in reference. You know, like that. But if it's not like if it can't be considered attacking, then yeah, I'll prefer that you don't.
You're loosening it a little bit now, yeah?
Yeah,
that's fine. Thank you. But he thought I'm dictating, you know. I don't know. Scatterman really need to really review how he hear me. I just done what he wanted, and he thought it's me dictating. So, anyways, you can see now how Scatterman is acting towards me. But anyways, I'm really concerned. I want to know how I could have been racist because I said gang has this or that. If someone speaks bad about gang, he is a racist for you? Is this how you understand racism? Or how? I want to understand how I was acting in a racist way. I want to know this. This is the second chance. I want to hear you answering this question, please. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, Ahmed. So the behavior you conducted is what I'm saying displayed attitudes of racial superiority. You came over to a group of black people who were having a conversation about one thing. You changed the terms of that conversation to what you wanted to talk about. You dictated to who could and could not speak. And then you went on to actually cast, but you decided that actually the entire group was black. The whole entire group was gang. You didn't ask anyone. You didn't take the time to get to know anyone. You didn't spend any time to actually understand anyone's content of their character. You looked at the color of their skin, you saw them in a group, and you just assumed that they were all gang. And I think that, to be honest with you, that in itself shows the attitude which I'm speaking about. And if you can't see that, then I'd suggest perhaps you could talk to more black people other than myself and ask them what they thought of your behavior and your attitude during that video. Ask some more impartial people if you can, and actually, search deep within and understand where I'm trying to come from with this. I'm not saying that you as a person is racist, Ahmed. I'm saying your behavior and how you conducted yourself in that conversation, how you try to dictate the terms of the conversation. That in itself, to me, gave off a racialized attitude that I didn't appreciate. I don't think any people there did, and I think that because of that, I made that comment because I think, to be honest with you, the Dawah at the Park recently has definitely come under intense review. A lot of people are on an intense review, and I think if it's not checked, then the good work of many Muslims trying to spread dawah will be undone by people who intention of how their behavior comes across or how they make things look, are actually putting people off and pushing people further away from Islam. So I just ask you to consider that, Ahmed.
Yes, of course, I will consider everything you have said, but I'm trying hard to understand, to ask people, are you gang? When I asked Shakara, because the question was, I know the gang Raven always talking and he have gang members around. I know it's not everyone around him, but also I know normally there is few, one or two or three or whatever, yeah. So that's why I stopped talking to Shakara. I was not dictating, not restricting Shakara from speaking, but I wanted to channel the discussion in the right direction, because the gang, if you know them, they say, if you want to speak to us, only speak to our members. Okay, that's why I was not dictating. It's like when Leon made this regulation in the beginning. It's similar to this. It's not about racism. It's about talking to the right people. Okay, and I answered your question in minute 5:45 about speaking against those who do bad to Islam in speaker corner. Okay, who defend violence or whatever. I speak against this all the time. Maybe you haven't seen it, but I answered you at 5:45 that I have done this off camera, on camera. Okay, but you didn't listen to this. And furthermore, you said I spoke about Jedi. I have told you specifically I'm not here to speak about Jedi. Yet you was not listening at all. It was not reaching your ears, and you insisted that I came to speak to Jedi or whatever. I never came to speak to Jedi at the time, and I specified I want to speak with Raven. I mentioned Raven by name in the video, but yet you forced yourself, and you didn't say when the question was asked, are you gang or not? You didn't say you're not. And you continued to speak. So I assumed you are gang because Shakara said he is not. Okay. And when I asked you, does gang, can we speak about bad things done by gang? You said, oh, let's speak about bad things done by Muslims. Okay, there are bad things done by Muslims, but this is not my question. We could have it another question later on. We finish the first question and we go to the second question. Okay, being in previous conversation, this happen all the time. That the topic can change at any point in the conversation. The topic can change. Okay, you could have seen, yani, it has been happening all the time. I don't see a problem with this unless you guys all agreed, no, the topic at the table is this and we're not all changing it, you can join or leave. No one said this. Actually, Raven wanted to speak, and he let you speak. So Raven was in agreement for the conversation about what I said. Okay, and by the way, gang, they do bad things. This is my opinion, and if you think this is racist, it's up to you. But I know very well I'm not racist, and I am caring for the black cause, and I don't think this group is going to do is doing good job for this cause. Okay, even some of them are nice and civilized people, but in general, the overall, the majority are not of this nature. Okay, and I wanted to discuss it, and maybe at any time in the future, anyone can discuss it with me. This is my opinion. You are thinking this is racism. This is your issue, but I don't think it is proper to think that I'm racist because I differ with some black people. You know, it can happen. You're not racist, and you have a fight or argument with a black person. It does not make you a racist at all. Okay, uh, that's it. I think it's not much really to say more than this about this topic, but I will let you have the reply if you want to say anything else.
Yeah, just to sum up, I would like to repeat, Ahmed, I have not, and I did not in that comment or and up to this point now say that you yourself, Ahmed Ali, is a racist. I do not know you, and I cannot make that claim or the dispersion. You haven't done enough. However, I said is you are making Muslims look racist, stupid, and vile. And what I was speaking about directly was your behavior and your attitude and your conduct during that discussion that we had in that debate, in which, as I said, and I've asked you to consider it, and I'm glad you said that you will, and hopefully you'll look back on it. Perhaps you'll talk to some other people, and maybe you'll talk to some people who were there in that conversation, and ask them how they felt about your approach and how you attempted to override the conversation and dictate the terms on which everyone spoke. And I mean, you keep saying I didn't claim I was gang. I think you came over directly, and you directly, right at the start, claimed all of us to be gang. There was no chance of a denial. You only later asked who was gang when you wanted to dissociate and decide who could and could not speak in the conversation, which, like I said, was a major part of the issue and the problem that we had in the debate. So yeah, I think I just asked you to review that, look over it again, and just think cautiously. But as I said, I repeat, I have not called you, Ahmed Ali, a racist. I said your attitude and your conduct during that debate was racist, stupid, and vile, and that the way you displayed your attitude towards young people who you quote unquote claimed were gang. Then you went on to claim that gang were this and that, which we won't go into, obviously, because Leon said we'll wait for those brothers to be here or for that eventual discussion to have. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to resolve the situation and to leave it here. I don't really have any any ill will or any attachment towards this at all. So you could I mean.
Okay, anyways, thank you, Scattermind. But anyways, you just has made it worse for the gang. Because if Raven is there and he is someone from the gang, and he knew you are not, and have been asking someone from the gang to speak to, and he was quiet, this Raven really need to think about his behavior. Is it smart and beneficial or not? Because you are not gang, and I was speaking because previously these people, they insist if you want to speak to them only about their actions, right? And the example was there are bad people in Saudis who misrepresent Islam, who are racist, who think they are superior. Also in gang, there was people who have black supremacy and so on.
Yeah, I think this.
And when the topic was touched by me, okay, it was flammable. It's like explosion happened suddenly, yeah. But I never intended it. It was just all come without any previous intention. It happened all by accident. Now, being this is the case and you're not gang, I think you should not put yourself as someone who will speak when someone asking to speak to someone from gang. You should have behaved like Shakara when he said, "No, I'm not gang." Okay, so I don't know, are you smart or me stupid? Yeah, that I said I want to speak to gang, and Shakara said no, he's not, and I left him and I said I will speak to you, assuming you are gang, and you let me think, and you left me to think you are gang, and I decided to ask you the question about the gang being using the black cause for other agendas. You could have said, no, look, my friend, I'm not gang. Speak to Raven. He's next to you. Especially that I asked to speak to Raven, but maybe Raven was escaping it, wanting you to confront me. It's all fishy in the end for me still.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's it. We could have another discussion with Raven and with gang members who are peaceful, not going to be bullying about the black cause.
Okay, Ahmed.
I know you do not welcome non-blacks. I watched some videos for you. You wanted to be purely black people for this and black unity, which is I disagree with, but maybe we can leave it to another conversation, because I think the black cause need to be a universal cause, not a cause that only black people work on, because this is not going to make you a good service if it becomes a racist movement. Okay, to be only restricted only if you are a black, you can only join. This is a racist attitude, really. If you want to speak about having racist attitude, you have this racist attitude, because your video, one of them say you are insisting on having only blacks to join this movement to help the blacks and take them out of their the oppression happening on them. This is a racist attitude if we really want to speak about racial attitudes. Okay, if you want to discuss this, maybe Leon can extend the discussion. But I think the discussion about what happened yesterday, last Sunday, I think it's over now and everyone can see.
No, I mean, I think it has to go on because I think you're misrepresenting the conversation. And I think to content, just say the content, I'm happy to extend the conversation and also happy to invite Shakara on if he wants to. I think the issue is here that you're misrepresenting the conversation. The reality is Shakara didn't stop speaking because he wasn't gang. He stopped speaking because he was polite and he has conduct within conversations, which I think you lack. I think what happened was Raven allowed me to speak during the conversation, which you seem to have the issue. The issue with is that Raven asked me to continue speaking. Now, the reason why Raven asked me to continue speaking was not because he had an issue with speaking or representing gang, because Raven understands also, like Shakara, basic conversation etiquette, which means when somebody else wants to speak and it's already been an open conversation, we allow when we bring those other people into conversation, regardless whether they are or not gang. And as I've said to you many times, and I'll say it to you one last time, you cannot dictate the terms of a conversation who speaks. It is Speaker's Corner. We were all there to speak and we was having a conversation happily before you came. The reality is the only reason that you was entertained for so long was because I wanted to respond to you and end the conversation as quickly so we could move on with the rest of our conversation. And if you see, Content has, amazingly with his quick work, released several different videos that we recorded after you had gone, showing the productive work of our corner that Raven does with his Black Betterman building. So I think, to be fair, Ahmed Ali, I've spent too much time trying to show you the error of your ways. I think it's for you now to go back and reflect and spend some time. To be honest with you, I could debate with you about the benefits of the Black community or not, but I don't necessarily see how that would benefit myself or the community as a whole. And I also want to point out to you, as my brother Shakara said, when you come into a circle and you say that gang are not good representatives for the Black cause, you are speaking of people other than gang, and specifically people who are there, Black people who are there. So they all have a right to a say in that conversation, despite whether you want to allow them to speak or not. And I think that's the end of the conversation. And if Shakara wants to come in, I'll let him come in. I'm happy for him to come in. Happy for the time.
Just before Shakara, please, because I need just maybe we continue me and you. We can extend it me and you. If Raven is there, I do not mind Raven. I told you before we start. But what I want to say to you is Carter mind that if you have been engaging with gang, they always stress, do not ask anyone other than gang about gang issues. It's not me who has imposed this rule. Maybe Leon can confirm this if he knows about it. They are the one who is imposing this rule. If you want to speak about gang, especially if you are not Black, you have to speak to them only about this. They do not validate other than them or their generals, especially generals, about this matter. It's not me who has dictated, it is rather them, their system, So this is my clarification for you. I don't know, you take it or you do not take it, it's entirely up to you. But being dictating, I do not think this is going to be helpful for anyone to dictate in a place like Speaker Corner. I think you got it mix it a little bit maybe. But anyways, my friend, the issue is with gang, their bullying, their intimidating behavior. It happened to me personally, it happened to others. Okay, this is what I wanted to complain about, because I'm someone who care for the Black cause. And if those going to come to represent the Black cause, behave in such a way, it's not going to help. And you yourself, you think the cause is only for Blacks. This is also another thing maybe I would like to discuss. I want you to explain it to me, how it can be beneficial that the Black community issues Uh, if someone like me think oppression on blacks, I cannot help here. I cannot cooperate with other blacks to help them. I cannot engage in discussions and so on. It's really unfair on black people because you are restricting them from a help that coming from non-blacks. And I think if you are genuine for your cause, you will be welcoming any effort to help the injustice being stopped. If you are serious and sincere, like how I said in the video, you wouldn't say no, no, no. If you are not black, we do not want you here. This is a racial attitude, and it's unfair on the black who are in need for help, who does not mind if it comes from other than blacks. There are many blacks who are in hardship who welcome help from non-blacks. I am sure about this. And there are many non-blacks who are happy and willing and looking to help blacks. The two sides are seeking one another. So you are standing in between saying, no, we want it only to be black people who do everything to stop the hardship for other blacks. This is unfair, and this is I'm sorry, yani, this would be stupid really and racist. Okay, thank you.
Yo,
Yeah, that's good content. I think.
Right. What you saying, fam?
Yeah, I think that's wrapped up. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saying that, and I'm in Ali. Issa wants to jump on. I don't know if you want to talk with Issa.
So who's one of them?
Issa.
Isa who?
Shia Issa.
Yeah, Isa.
I'll stay on mute.
No. Listen, if there is a calm person from gang, we welcome them. We do not want to make it a theological debate. I don't think we're gonna sleep tonight if it turn into theological debate.
I could stay on mute, and I think East is able to talk beyond the theological perspective, but he'll want to talk about a psychological perspective of you. To be fair.
Well, I don't know. Do you have any reply for what I have said about you? Are you going to open your mind and welcome non-blacks to help for the black cause, or you want it to be a racist movement?
And to be honest,
you need to answer about this.
To be honest with you, my brother, even before I done this conversation, so many people said to me, don't do it, don't talk to this brother, don't talk to. I mean, even Shamsi, I've been told doesn't talk to you. I mean,
Shamsi, Shamsi, shut up, Shamsi.
I mean, this is a joke. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I've given you so much time, brother. Like, I've given you so much time. I've tried to explain things to you, and it's just like, man, like I think I've spent so much time. I think it's enough.
No worries, mate. No worries.
You want to take a nap?
To you.
I want to talk to Issa. It's been great talking to you. Maybe Shakara could come on and me and Shakara.
No, I don't have none of them abused me.
No, not you, bro. Don't worry. I'm over with you. Maybe Shakara come on.
Okay, and I'm trying to keep my cool. I'm not living to argue with people. This is not my lifestyle, and I just really care for the black cause. This is why I want to speak with you. Nothing else.
Respect, okay. Ahmed Ali, cool, man. Well, if man got any grievances you want to discuss with anybody else, like I said, I'll try to set up I don't mind facilitating for a one-on-one arena where you can do that. You get me, Carl? Like I said, I prefer that if you're gonna talk about anyone, that they're there to respond to the claims you're making against them, rather than just be a one-way thing. And it'll be the same if anybody else was to come on there. I want to start chatting you. Now, I'm not like, I ain't gonna front. It might be likely, especially with the things that you've mentioned a few people's names, organizations. People, you might hear your name get called. You get me? But I'm gonna give you the opportunity to come on and respond to any claim against you.
A calm and anyone from gang. I welcome to speak to anyone from gang, because it's not going nice for the black cause with what I'm seeing. The guys are there. Okay, there are bad Muslims, there are bad non-Muslims, but we need to see I don't know, something more productive. It's big time wasted, and we've been going on to chasing individuals. It's okay, it's fine, but I think black people deserve more than what I am seeing. Okay, this is my opinion, and the bullying need to stop. Really, really, if anyone's sincere and serious, the thing need to be really civilized and good. This is the only thing that's gonna produce. Other than this, it will be just going there for arguments and nothing established after this. You know, you're not gonna change someone life by making them leave drugs or leave crime. We really need to work on this. Um, you know, these legons, okay,
Thank you for
these
your.
are the things that and by intimidating, by going there to practice bullying, how are we gonna stop people being violent if leaders are some of them doing this, and other leaders are following?
As I said,
So
Ahmed
it's an
Ali.
issue.
Right now, the people them you're talking about ain't here to defend themselves against those charges against them minutes. So it don't make sense continuing talking about them still. But I appreciate your opinions regardless, and I don't mind facilitating that arena to have that conversation like a one-on-one thing, like you did with Scattered Minds. And yeah, I feel that'll be the best thing to do. Still, I feel that'll be the best thing to do. You express
Okay.
your opinion, and they
Who wants
express
to
their
join?
opinion.
Shakar, I want maybe if you please. I do
Now,
not.
right now, I think this thing, right, what we're doing right now is done. Still, I think you and Scattered Minds expressed your issues with each other and reached to where we are.
I
And
think he
yeah,
left the question unanswered. He left the question about is he open to cooperate with non-blacks for the black
okay.
cause. I didn't hear his answer until now.
You saying you want to
So
answer that? You want to answer that, Scattered?
No, I was gonna cover that with Shakira, to be honest with you. Like, I thought we was done with this with Ahmed, with all due respect.
Okay, you don't want to continue with you, Ahmed
yeah,
Ali,
but
but I
it's
think
me
you will
asking
address
the
it.
question.
Yeah.
It's me asking the question. I don't know. Is it respectful that I ask you a question and say no? I'm not going to answer it for you. I don't know. Yani, do you think I do not deserve an answer, or what is it?
Well, like I said, I can't force no one to
No, I'm asking him.
answer you
I'm
if they don't
asking
want to.
him.
Okay. All
Why
right.
you're not just answering me and telling me? Maybe you are avoiding the discussion after your answer. That's fine. You do not have to answer if this is what you want. But
I mean, bro, I really, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm done.
oh,
But
right.
thank
Okay.
you for the time. Thank you. I've given you
Okay.
far too much of my time now. Thanks.
No worries. No worries.
All right, cool, man. Cool, man.
Right. What do you want
Peace.
us to do, Leon?
Yeah. Well, boy, I think the show done still. Like you and Scattered. I think that's reached to where it's gonna reach to. You get me? So unless you both agree to talk about something else, but my man said he's done talking to you still. So yeah, I feel that's done for now, man. I mean, Dali, if any, like I said, any other grievances you got with anybody that you want to try and arrange, that man's there to facilitate that. That man can try to set that up behind the scenes and make that happen at a later date. You get me? But for now, I feel this is the end of this show. Still, I'm probably gonna wrap this one up. I know a few of the brothers from the Our Corner show have been reaching out behind the scenes saying that they want to do a live stream like straight after this one. So that's probably gonna be
If
the next
anyone
move.
want to speak about me about a question, I do not mind, just in case. But I do not think if it is another thing, and I have the right to refuse. But Shia Isa, I do not want to speak with him. If you do not mind, if it is him, no, thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was the only one who really asked for the link while you were speaking still. So
No,
everybody else was
really.
saying nah, they ain't really on it.
I think it's not really.
It won't be
I
productive.
might be wrong, but Shia Isa is really abusive in his language. You know what I mean? And we wanted to be nice and everyone happy, even if we disagree. I would like it to continue that we still respect one another. You know what I mean? And I do respect everyone. Maybe I was misunderstood, but seriously, I have grievances more than I want to abuse or disrespect anyone. Right? Yeah. Okay, Leon, go ahead. We are done.
Cool, man. I respect. Yeah. I saying that, man. So we saying, peace, Ahmed Ali. What should I just start? Should I look this one up for start a new one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you. I can leave if you want me to leave, or what do you recommend?
Yeah. I don't want to kick you out, but yeah, you might as well
I can
bounce
leave.
in
Yeah.
it.
No,
See you
have a
next
good
time.
day.
See you next time.
Thank you.
All right, peace.
Yeah, no, I'm good with whatever, man. If Shakira is still down, man, if Shakira is still down, he could come in. If you just want to chuff it off, even. Yeah.
A couple of the man in the background, so they want to do they want to do a our corner thing, innit? So
Yeah, local build. Yeah, that'd be nice, man.
You saying, but I'm saying, what should I send them the link for this one, or should I lock this off and start a fresh one?
I think we've got people here already, innit? 103. Might as well just get some likes up and send them the link. Tell them to come in here, innit?
Yeah, man, like Sway Brown, you know. You know, man, trying to be over polite out here still.
Oh.
Say nothing. I'm gonna send the man them the link still. I'm gonna send them. Cool. But any man them start calling out Ahmed Ali's name. Remember that he's got the link, you know, fam. He'll jump back in, you know.
Yeah,
Ahmed Ali's listening right now.
Let's not call out his
He'll
name.
jump back in. He'll jump back in and go on this word thing. You said a new one.
But we won't call out his name still. I'm done, man. It's over. Class. Like I was like some people told me not to talk to him, man.
Peace. All right, audience. We're gonna start a new one. We're gonna be back in less than 5 minutes. You hear me? So yeah, keep your eyes peeled still for the notification. But just log on to the channel still, because sometimes the notification don't always come still. But yeah, our corner, what's it gonna be, like a recap, planning for going forward, or
our corner plan to go forward. General discussion.
We can even watch back to our corner and review it. You get me?
Yeah, even that, that'll be good.
Yeah, saying that. All right, cool, man. We're gonna start a new one, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Big man, fun. Show like